हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, कैसे हो आप सब? अ वार्म वेलकम टू सुपरग्रैड्स कैट। तो आज का जो टॉपिक है दैट इज अ ह्यूज एडवांटेज फॉर ऑल द नॉन इंजीनियर्स आउट देयर. Yes, so basically students from arts, commerce, and humanities, pharmacy, hospitality, or any other background, this video is बेसिकली फॉर ऑल द नॉन इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट्स आउट देयर. तो जो भी ऐसे लोग हैं जो ऐसा सोचते हैं कि आईएम्स में तो सिर्फ इंजीनियर्स को ही ज्यादा प्रेफरेंस मिलता है, दे आर द वंस हु आर चोजन एट अ प्रायोरिटी. इट इज ट्रू दैट इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट्स के लिए जो सीट्स हैं आईएम्स में वो ज्यादा रिजर्व्ड हैं. बट नाउ इट हैज बीन ऑब्जर्व्ड कि आईएम्स नॉन इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट्स को भी काफी ज्यादा प्रेफरेंस देते हैं. तो ऐसा क्यों होता है, या ऐसा ट्रेंड, जो ये चेंज इन ट्रेंड था, ये क्यों आया? आई विल टेक यू बैक इन टाइम फर्स्ट एंड एक्सप्लेन यू कि मतलब क्यों पहले ऐसा होता था कि इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट्स को ज्यादा प्रेफरेंस मिलता था इन आईएम्स. So earlier CAT exam used to be heavy on the quantitative aptitude side. So only engineering students were able to crack it and get the seat into the top IIMs. पर during the class discussions it was observed कि सिर्फ एक ही तरीके का अप्रोच आता है from the engineering students perspective. It is just a quantifiable approach which is coming from a engineering students. So then later IIMs wanted to break this homogeneity and wanted to give chance to a lot of non-engineering students as well, so that the classroom experience in a B school becomes more diverse and not just one structured kind of approach is followed. So that is the reason why now the preferences have changed. Now they're preferring more non-engineering students first. Like the first choice is obviously a person who is from a non-engineering background. So we'll look in this video. First, we will look into the reasons, and then we will look at the data. कि कैसे in a batch of how much percentage are the non-engineering students and how has the year-on-year increase happened. Okay, so let's get started then. Okay, so first, if you observe, the very foremost important reason over here is the academic diversity. Academic diversity क्यों उतना major role play करता है? Because if you're coming from an arts background, if you're coming from a commerce background, so in a classroom of maybe a batch of 250 students or 300 students if you're sitting, तो सबका एक अपना अपना perspective आता है in the B schools, and B schools want to make that learning more diverse. So सिर्फ एक quantitative approach ना होके more quality learning and quality education is also there. So that is the reason why academic diversity plays a major role. So if you have a very different profile, if you are a commerce student and you or if you're a management student, then this is a huge benefit for you out here, because your degree, which is a non-engineering degree, will play a huge role over here. Okay? The second reason is the varied skill set. So if I talk about this thing, तो डेफिनेटली अगर आप एक कॉमर्स स्टूडेंट हो, मैनेजमेंट स्टूडेंट हो या आर्ट स्टूडेंट हो, तो आपने अपने स्कूल या कॉलेज इयर्स में डेफिनेटली किसी केस प्रोजेक्ट पे काम किया होगा या कोई इंटर्नशिप किया होगा. सो हियर द स्किल सेट दैट यू ब्रिंग इन will definitely give an advantage to you in the interview rounds. So that is what these people will be looking into. The top B schools and the IIMs will be looking into. Third is the leadership potential. Now, I'm not disagreeing with the fact that engineering students don't have leadership potential. They do. But again, it is a very techno managerial kind of a leadership that engineering students hold. Whereas the commerce, management, or art student, they have better organizational skills as well, and they think creatively as well. So that is the reason why IIMs try to look at a bigger picture to it, and that is the reason why they give preference to the non-engineering students now. So fourth reason is the industry alignment. Now, suppose, for example, if you are someone who has had a finance as a subject, or like a finance as a domain subject in their graduation years, and आईएम्स में और काफी बी स्कूल्स में ऐसे स्पेशलाइज्ड प्रोग्राम्स भी होते हैं, लाइक पीजीपी इन फाइनेंस और पीजीडीएम इन फाइनेंस और एमबीए इन फाइनेंस. Then the industry alignment for you would be easier. It would be easier for you to pursue an MBA or a PGDM into finance. So that is the easy transition which would help you out here. Fourth reason is career switching. Now, why I would say this career switching, like a lot of students who are from the non-engineering background, जैसे arts student है या commerce student है या management student है, तो उनके लिए career switch करना is comparatively easier than the engineering students. Because here, if someone is coming from a BA in economics degree, so it would be an easy transition for him or her to go into PGDM in finance, marketing, or HR or operations. So the career switch over here with the non-engineering students becomes easier. So we have discussed the reasons now, that what are the primary reasons that why preference is given to the non-engineering students. Now let us look at some data as well. Okay, so first अपन IIM Ahmedabad की ही बात कर लेते हैं. So if you observe over here in the year 2022 to 2024, so this is the batch that I'm talking about. इस batch में जो number of non-engineers थे वो 133 थे. So the percentage of the batch 33.5% batch जो था वो non-engineering students का था. सेकंड, अगर आप बात करोगे 2023 से 2025 पीजीडीएम बैच की, सो 171 engineers. So there has been an increase in the number of non-engineering students seat, and the percentage of batch that they had was 42%. So if you observe, 28.6% increase was there in IIM Ahmedabad only of the non-engineering students. Okay. Now let us look at the other IIMs as well. For that matter, if you talk about Bangalore, I agree on the fact कि Bangalore और Calcutta दो ऐसे IIMs हैं जो अभी भी काफी ज्यादा engineering students पे focus करते हैं. But you do have other IIMs in the list as well, which give preference to the non-engineering students. So Bangalore की अगर मैं बात करूँ, so non-engineering students, so this is we are talking about of 2023 to 2025 PGDM batch, which is the current batch that they have. So 90 non-engineering students are there, 532 का batch size है, and 17% of the crowd is non-engineering. Then if I talk about Lucknow, 251 non-engineering students in a batch of 573, the percentage is 43.8%. Now if I talk about IIM Calcutta, again 144 students in a batch of 480, which constitutes a 30% of the batch. IIM Kozhikode, if I talk about 280 non-engineering students in the batch, in a batch of 483. So the percentage is here 58%. IIM Sambalpur, 160 non-engineering students in a batch of 323. Again, here 49.5% is the non-engineering students ka batch size. IIM Kashipur, 151 non-engineering students in a batch size of 321, which constitutes to 47% of the batch. Okay, so I hope अब सारी non-engineering students को थोड़ा सा motivation मिल गया होगा after this video, that yes, you guys still have that potential chance to grab a seat into the top B schools and IIMs. And I hope you have understood the reasons as well as to how much preference these days, how much preference is given to all the non-engineering students out there. So अब तैयारी अच्छे से कर लो इंटरव्यू की, वैट की, जीडी की. If you have a really great CAT score, like if you've calculated your response sheet and everything, if you've calculated your scores and if you've figured out that there is still a chance that you can receive calls from top B schools, then you have to gear up for the interview preparation and you have to make sure that your profile and everything plays a major role over here. Till then, stay tuned to SuperGrads Cat.